What's going on, everyone? In today's video, Victor and I are going to be talking about a really serious issue, something that's been popping up the last few days, and that is whether or not selling books on Amazon is going to be around. I mean, there's so many people who go thrifting, so many people who do online book arbitrage, so many people who just rely on book selling for a source of income. And in the last few days, Victor, we've seen people starting to get IP complaints and really start to panic. And you know, Victor, whenever something like this happens in every Facebook group related to book selling, people are like, the sky's falling, Amazon's out to get us. Amazon doesn't care about us sellers, they're only there, for the customers. They only care about other companies and they only want to, basically cover their own butts. And so, Victor, you even got an IP complaint today. And I don't know, there's just a lot to talk about today. So
it is. You have to kind of think of it as part of the business. But yeah, people are getting IP complaints left and right the last couple of days, especially on a few publishers, and a lot of people are freaking out. Some people are worried about their accounts actually being shut down and stuff like that. So it is somewhat serious. And unfortunately, I just got an IP complaint, which is really rare for me. I've only gotten 2 in the entire time I've been selling books. So yeah, just happens.
And the reason why this is such a big deal if you get one is because it does impact your health rating. Like, it actually is a high impact on your account health. It drops you by 8 points on your account health rating score. Now, the good thing is that if you can still stay above 200 points, then you're still considered healthy. The fact that it's like a hit on your record and it drops you many points, I mean, it doesn't take too many of them for Amazon to start saying, well, hold on a second, Victor, I don't know about you anymore. I think we're going to shut you down. And obviously, we don't want that to happen to everyone, but we also have to be realistic. The majority of people who buy and sell books on Amazon don't source them in a, quote, legitimate way according to Amazon standards, right? So, I mean, let's just talk about that first. What is technically considered a legitimate way to source a book in Amazon's terms?
So in Amazon's eyes, what they want is an invoice from a reputable distributor, right? And so a lot of us are not buying used books that way. We're not, where a lot of people are going to thrift stores or maybe Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist or just even eBay, right? These places don't necessarily have invoices that you can provide Amazon to prove the book's authenticity. And so we're all kind of risking when we're doing it. What we're hoping is that you only get maybe 1 or 2 of these every 6 months to every year, and hope that they don't pile on, because if they do, you were right, Doji, you could get suspended for it.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you mentioned, Victor, pretty much everyone who sells books on Amazon, I would say the overwhelming majority of people actually don't do what we do, which is online book arbitrage. Most people, like you said, find it in their local community and therefore are not buying it from a reputable distributor that gives them an invoice that has the things that Amazon wants, that has, your name on it, the shipping address, the title of the book, the quantity, all the things that they want, right? And so, Unfortunately, what can happen is if a customer buys a book or a company decides that you're violating their IP, or, or says that the book that they purchased from you is a counterfeit, you're kind of out of luck, because it's not like you can just go down to your local Goodwill and go, hey guys, I bought this from you guys, 6 months ago or 3 weeks ago or whatever. Can you guys give me an invoice for this particular item that has quantity? Like, Goodwill's just gonna laugh in your face and go, what are you talking about? This is Goodwill. This is a donated book. And if you go to Facebook Marketplace and you go buy a textbook or something and you flip it, it's not like the person you can reach out to and it's like, it's just some random dude, right? Yeah. It's not like you actually
It's not a reputable distributor. Right. Exactly.
And so what has to happen for the overwhelming majority of people who are selling books is they have to be scared, because it's really a risk reward kind of analysis you have to take, because that you don't have an invoice from a, quote, reliable source. Right. Again, that's not my words. That's Amazon words, right?
Right.
I can feel different about the matter, and we can all feel different about like whether or not it's right or wrong. But that's simply what it is, right? It's not a reliable distributor.
And they always typically say that it needs to be an invoice, not a receipt, right? Because like all these other retail stores are giving you receipts, not invoices. And so they want an invoice from a distributor. Yeah. And that's just something that a lot of us can't provide.
Yeah, absolutely. And so many people are stuck because, a lot of people who are selling books are just doing it to make extra money, right? It's not like they're going to be able to provide any invoice at all. So what really is the next step if you get one? Well, most people are just going to have an option to either acknowledge it and take the hit or not acknowledge it and still have it sit there on their account. The good news is that usually it sits there for 6 months, and then in which case it will fall off. And remember, you can always build up your account health rating by selling products, right? I think if you sell 200 books or 200 units, your account health rating goes up by 4. But essentially, you go down by 8 points every time you get an IP complaint or a counterfeit claim. So, IP complaints and counterfeit claims are a little bit different. If you get like 3 counterfeit complaints, you could basically get your account suspended. If you get your account suspended and you don't get reinstated, it's just a mess. And it's the unfortunate scenario that a lot of people are finding themselves in. And I kind of want to circle back around because Victor and I have chosen a lane. Like, so many people come to us, Victor, and they're like, why do you guys sell used books? And why do you online book arbitrage? It's just a waste of time, or they don't think that it's actually a very good business model. But the reality is that Victor and I chose it for a reason. One of the reasons is that the margins are incredible. You can't really get margins like this in pretty much any other model.
Any other marketplace.
Yeah,
that's right.
Very, very low competition. You don't need a physical storefront. It's automated, like unbelievably automated. You don't need, to have any employees. You can do it anytime during the day, anywhere on planet Earth. You can buy books on Amazon and resell them on Amazon. And the reason why we chose this model, one of the huge ones, is that unlike almost every other bookseller, we actually are buying from a reputable distributor.
Right.
And who's that reputable distributor?
Amazon. So that's the best part of what we do, Joji, is that we don't take the same risk that a lot of other sellers have to do when they're buying, say, from Ross or Marshalls or TJ Maxx, or even when they're going to thrift stores and buying items that way and flipping it, or even on eBay. These are all people who are taking a lot of risk because they just don't have invoices to back them up. But what we're doing is we're sourcing from Amazon, books from Amazon, and then selling them back on Amazon. So it's so much safer what we're doing versus almost anything else out there. And on top of that, the margins are so high. And this is why it's attracted both of us to stay here, right? Because it's like, well, this is like the best of both worlds. This is it. And fortunately for both of us, that's why we've been able to sell for so many years and continue to have our account healthy and still able to sell.
Yeah. Now, what I want to do is actually have Victor share some of the emails that he got from Amazon earlier today, because again, there was one ASIN that he received an IP complaint for, like many, many other sellers. We'll even look at the actual Amazon listing, look at the keeper graph, and see that large drop off in used offer count. But I just want to show you what it would look like if you do get one. And then we'll again show you how, if you do online book arbitrage, A2A book flips, how it's almost, I can't say a 100% guarantee that you're safe, but it's as close as to 100% as you can get with any model when it comes to selling books on Amazon. So let's jump into our screen. Actually, we're going to jump into Victor's screen, and let's actually take a look at these emails.
All right, Joji. So this is what I received this morning, a policy warning from Amazon. It's like something you just don't want to be woken up with in the morning.
That's terrible.
Yeah, when you're checking your account. But it's basically letting you know, hey, we received a complaint from the rights owner saying there was a trademark dispute, and they removed the listing, and it did affect my account health. It goes a little bit further and lets me know how to contact basically Amazon support. It also lets me know here on the bottom how to try to get my account the listing reactivated, and also the email address for the company that did the IP complaint.
Right.
And so you have an option. You can try to email the company and basically ask them if they can take off the complaint.
Yeah.
Or you can also go into your Amazon account and then check out that whether you're able to appeal it, and then what are the appeal requirements? What do you need to provide them? So this is the email I received. I kind of read it all. And then I decided to try to take action from there, right? I didn't want to just leave it on my account. So I immediately took action. And so the next thing is what a screenshot I took of my account. All right, Jody. So then this is the actual message, the message I got on my Amazon Seller Central telling me, hey, Victor, here's the IP complaint you got on your account. Here is what was impacted was this book here. It shows that I actually have no sales on the past 12 months for it, but I
Crazy meeting on an Apple recently.
yeah, I wasn't even selling it. It did show that I had a high impact for my account rating, and then I had this button here that said submit an appeal. So from there, when I clicked submit an appeal, basically it gave me two options. One of them was you have the option to just acknowledge the IP complaint and that you will continue to try to abide by Amazon's policies. And basically your account health would go down in your score. And what you're hoping for is not collecting more than a couple of these every 6 months, because if you collect more than a couple, your account could be shut down, right? So you could either do that, or the option two was, hey, no, I actually have proof that I actually followed Amazon's policies. And one of them is by saying you sourced from a reputable company and you have proof of that. And so I clicked, yes, I have proof. I sourced it from a reputable company. And the next thing up was, one of the options was actually, do you have an Amazon
Crazy. An Amazon invoice.
An Amazon invoice. So all I did was check that, and then it asked me for the Amazon invoice number. And so then I'll just show you how to do that. So then I went to my Amazon buyers page, right? And this is the actual listing that I bought the book off of. And here's how much I paid for it and all this. The only thing Amazon wants to know is this Amazon order number. So all I did was copy this number and provided it part of my appeal. Just all I had to do was just put that number in and then submitted the appeal, right? And then just kind of hoped, right? Because I kind of heard some rumors that Amazon would listen to its own invoices or honor those, but I wasn't 100% sure, right? So of course I just pasted it in, waited about 4 hours, and then lo and behold, actually Amazon just recently replied to me, and I'm gonna show you that email next. All right, so luckily about 4 hours after I submitted the appeal, I got another email from Amazon saying, hey, we may have taken a little too much caution, and sorry that any inconvenience that this caused you, but basically they reversed course and they allowed me to relist the item. They took out they restored my account, they restored the points that I had, and basically allowed me to sell the book again. So to kind of wrap this all up is, if you source on Amazon used books, right? If you source used books on Amazon, it's a much safer way to do it, because you're able to have an invoice from Amazon and you just provide it to them, and within hours you can get your account back, because you can prove to them I'm sourcing from a reputable place, which is you guys, right? Which is Amazon. So that really helped me out. It really saved my account, and just think of like how many books I have on Amazon at any time, right? I have tens of thousands of dollars on Amazon books on FBA, and then I'm really risking a lot of money and books, and so I really want to keep my account safe. And I just think from now on I'm just going to really focus in on just sourcing on Amazon. 90% of my sourcing was on Amazon anyway, but now I'm really going to try to focus almost all my sourcing on Amazon, just because of what I just saw today, and really the fact that being able to source this on Amazon really saved me. So yeah, if I hadn't sourced on Amazon, I would have had to take this IP complaint.
And I actually want to look at that particular ASIN as well. This is the actual book that you received an IP complaint on. And it's not just you, Victor. I mean, pretty much everyone on this listing did. There's actually just one person who's currently listed, who was able to reactivate the listing. And that's out of a bunch of sellers who were on the listing. If you actually look at the offer count of this graph, you can see how it was at 59 and it dropped down to 1. And remember, Victor, did you even have one in stock? No, right?
No, well, I hadn't sold any in stock. I actually had one in stock.
Oh, you did have one in stock. Okay, so you were one of the 59 people.
Yeah, right.
And now there's only one person listed, which tells me that of the 59 people that were currently active, only one of them is now active again, meaning all the other people are scrambling right now. I would guarantee, or I can't say 100% guarantee, but the overall majority of people that represent this 59 number probably got it in their local community, don't have a receipt or any sort of invoice from a reputable distributor. Right. And one thing that you have to understand as well, Victor, is that Amazon doesn't want to be implicated in this. I'm no lawyer. I'm just using common sense here, because everyone's gonna be like, well, Joji, Victor, that's great. That you bought it on Amazon and you have an invoice, but you didn't actually buy it from Amazon. You bought it from a third-party seller, and you're still in the wrong because that's not a reputable distributor. But at the end of the day, when you open the invoice, it says Amazon.com.
Yep.
And so, yes, even though it was a third-party seller, it doesn't really matter because from Amazon's viewpoint, they're caught in the middle. And so Amazon is coming to Victor and saying, hey, you're violating a company's IP complaint. Or, you're violating a company's IP. Right. And you have to prove to us that you're not actually doing that. And you go, well, I bought the book on Amazon.
Yeah.
I bought it from you. So
guys.
are you telling me that you violate other companies' IPs? And they're gonna be, whoa, wait, whoa. Oh yeah, we are on the side of caution. Well, that's our bad. Okay, you're good. You can relist the book if you want to, and you probably wouldn't have any problems. And I know you say that, you actually are not going to do that just because you're a more cautious person, and this company is probably going to continue to come after people for other products that they have as well.
Right.
And so even though you are technically clear, you're deciding not to do that. But there's no guarantees in life, Victor.
Right.
There's no guarantees in book selling. But what I can say is that of all the book selling models, which is, thrifting and free book pickups and Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist and estate sales and, Goodwill, deals and bulk book selling, all of that, online book arbitrage is king. It's sitting on top because you have an Amazon invoice with an order ID that says Amazon.com on it. And Amazon doesn't want to be caught in the middle. They don't want to be sued in any way. Again, I'm not a lawyer. I'm just using basic common sense, which is that they're doing their best to stay out of this mess. So if you can provide proof that you bought it from Amazon, they're at least going to say that, oh, yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
And that's why this is, I can't say a 100% guaranteed safe model, but I can say it's as close to 100% as you can get because of the fact that you have that Amazon invoice. So
yeah, it's perfect, Joji. And it just proves to me even more why what we're doing is the right way, is the best way, is the safest way. And I'm gonna continue to do this, right? I'm gonna continue to source on Amazon because it saves me from these IP complaints. Because if I didn't have an invoice, I would have gotten a flag on my account and I would be worried for the next 180 days.
yeah,
It is so long, and who knows if I would have gotten another IP complaint. So I'm happy that I sourced on Amazon. I'm happy that I was able to prove that. And if you guys are considering doing used books, I really think you should be sourcing on Amazon. It really is the safest way.
Yeah. Last thing that we'll talk about here is remember that it's not only IP complaints, it's also counterfeit claims as well. Someone could easily give you a counterfeit claim, and as long as you have an invoice because you bought the book on Amazon, same thing. You can supply that order ID number, which has the invoice, and then you could go, Amazon's gonna say, well, are you selling counterfeit books? And then you just say, well, wait, you sold me that book. So does Amazon sell counterfeit? Do you sanction the selling of counterfeit books on your website? And they're going, oh, no. Hey, we are on the side of caution. That's our bad. Yeah, or remove it and take it out. And I'll say that there's not one case. So in other words, in 100% of cases where somebody has got a counterfeit claim or an IP complaint, and they did have evidence that they bought on Amazon, they had an invoice. In every case, 100% of cases, they were able to get it reversed as of today's date, which is November 23rd, 2024. No idea if that's going to continue in the future. I would say it's probably a pretty safe bet that it's probably going to continue to be that way.
Yeah.
All I can say is that for people who have bought it on Amazon, it is as close to a for sure thing as you can get. So we're just trying to say that we really think this is the way forward. If you guys want to learn how to flip books on Amazon, dive into, my YouTube channel here, dive into the BookMine YouTube channel. And it's possible, even if you don't have much money, you can certainly buy books for under $10. There's plenty of them out there. And yeah,
we're here for the long run, right? We want to be booksellers for the next 5 to 10 years. We're not trying to have this like a crash and burn, go at it for 6 months and then see what happens. We really want to continue to have these like a legitimate business, and a legitimate business minimizes the risk. And this is, I think, by far the best way to minimize the risk. So, yeah,
I absolutely agree. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Stay safe out there. Buy your books on Amazon. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.
See you guys later.